65% of humans today are lactose intolerant. While drinking a cold glass of milk might be a simple pleasure for some, for others it's a gastrointestinal horror story. Why is that? I'm Dr. Krutik Patel, PhD, and today I'm breaking down the genetic cause of lactose intolerance, and why the ability to digest milk may be an even more common trait in the future. The first question is, what even is lactose? Well, it's a sugar, specifically a disaccharide, found in mammalian milk. During infancy, most mammals, including humans, can break down lactose into two simpler sugars, galactose and glucose. These simpler sugars are small enough to be absorbed into our bloodstream and are used by our cells for energy or building materials. A specific protein is required for this breakdown of lactose into galactose and glucose. This is called lactase. Lactase is specifically produced in the small intestine, and it performs hydrolysis, a reaction which uses water to split lactose. But here's the kicker. In most people, lactase production drops off sharply after early childhood, usually around the age of 5. By adolescence, many people stop producing lactase altogether. If there is no lactase to break down the lactose, it passes undigested into the colon. That is where the trouble begins for the lactose intolerant people. Lactose in the colon pulls water via osmotic pressure. The buildup of the fluids in the colon lead to a certain outcome. Additionally, undigested lactose in our colon is fermented by the gut microbiome. Gases are produced as a byproduct of this fermentation process. As a result, methane, carbon dioxide, and hydrogen accumulate in our digestive system. This gas buildup causes bloating, cramps, and the gas will escape one way or another. Now let's get to the fun part, the genetics behind lactose intolerance. The gene responsible for protein production of lactase is called LCT, but its activity is controlled by an upstream regulator within the MM6 gene. Think of MM6 as a light switch or support system for the LCT gene to function. There are several other proteins that bind to MM6 to help it activate LCT. These include HNF1A, GATA, and CDX2. Proteins that bind to DNA are called transcription factors and are vital regulators of gene function. As long as this switch stays on, you make lactase and everything goes smoothly. After the weaning phase, roughly 5 years in humans, a new transcription factor, PDX1, gets involved. PDX1 triggers DNA methylation. Here, methyl groups bind near the LCT gene. This switches off the LCT gene's ability to produce lactase. And without lactase, lactose will enter the colon unprocessed. And, well, you know what happens next. But here's where things get very interesting. Some people have evolved a mutation, a single nucleotide polymorphism specifically, in the MM6 gene. This SNP creates a new binding site for a transcription factor known as OCT1. When OCT1 binds to MM6, it boosts the activity of HNF1A binding, which greatly cranks up LCT gene expression even in adulthood. In other words, this single mutation allows you to drink milk without needing to sprint to the bathroom. This mechanism was beautifully displayed in Anguta Rees et al. This study also reviewed 23 different SNPs from various populations, which led to the same result, keeping the LCT gene turned on via a mutation in the MM6 gene. This is a brilliant example of convergent evolution at the gene level. Different genetic mutations leading to the same adaptive trait. This map shows 6 different mutations which lead to lactose persistence in adults. The ancestral European mutation shown in blue circles is responsible for the vast majority of lactose persistence across the globe. But check this out, in the Middle East and in parts of Africa, completely different SNPs are responsible for the same trait in different populations. That's evolution finding multiple solutions to the same adaptation. It clearly seems the ability to digest milk is very useful. And here's a bonus, lactase persistence, the ability to digest milk, is a dominantly inherited trait. This is clearly shown in Cohen et al. This means you only need one parent with this mutation to pass it on. This has some bearing to the future of our species. As long as milk and dairy continues to be nutritionally valuable and widely consumed, there is a strong positive selection force for the ability to digest lactose. So yes, humans are still evolving to be more lactose tolerant. Overall, if you can drink milk today without any stomach issues, there's a good chance your kids will be able to as well. And over time, lactose intolerance may be less and less common globally. So, next time your grandma asks, "Why don't you drink milk anymore?" you can tell her, "Actually, Grandma, lactose intolerance is the default for most adults, but evolution is working on it." Thanks for joining this week's Scientific Journal Club. Tune in next time for more science.